Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. YSR Congress said to win all four seats from Andhra Pradesh in Rajya Sabha polls today. The stage is set for polling on Friday to elect four members to Rajya Sabha from Andhra Pradesh, with the ruling YSR Congress poised to win all four seats given its formidable strength in the assembly. The biennial election, originally scheduled for March 26, was put off to June 19 due to the COVID 19 lockdown. It would have normally been an unanimous affair, but a formal election became inevitable since five candidates, four of the ruling YSR Congress and one of the opposition TDP, remained in frame. With a strength of 151 in the 175 member Andhra Pradesh Assembly, the YSR Congress is comfortably placed to win all four. Minimum 36 votes are required for a candidate to win the Rajya Sabha seat from Andhra Pradesh. The TDP, with just 23 MLAs, stands no chance whatsoever. After Friday's polling, the YSR seat strength in the Rajya Sabha will rise to 6 from 2 at present. From the YSR Congress, Deputy Chief Minister Pilli Subhash Chandra Bose, Minister Mopidevi Venkata Ramana Rao, Realtor A. Ayodhya Rami Reddy, and Reliance Industries Senior Group President Parimal Nathwani are in the fray now. The TDP fielded its Politburo member Varda Ramaiah, playing the scheduled caste card. Nathwani had been an independent MP from Jharkhand for the last two consecutive terms, and he filed his nomination as the YSRC candidate this time. Andhra Pradesh ministers see deliberate attempt to TDP to disrupt Legislative Council proceedings. YSR Congress ministers Bocha Satyanarayana, Belampalli Srinivas, and P. Anil Kumar on Thursday alleged that the TDP deliberately disrupted the proceedings in the Legislative Council, misusing the majority it had in the upper house. Condemning the alleged attack on one of the ministers by the TDP, Bocha Satyanarayana said that the ruling party was examining the legalities to lodge a complaint with the Ethics Committee against TDP MLC Nara Lokesh and his colleagues for allegedly photographing the session and other violations. It is a conspiracy. They plan to disrupt the House. Yanamala Ramakrishnadu told the media that they will stall the proceedings even before the day's proceedings begin. It was a deliberate attempt. They planned all this much ahead and had even taken the government's appointment in advance to complain, Bosha alleged. He further said that it was the tradition to pass the appropriation bill after finishing other businesses. They cited Rule 90 out of blue. As per rules, they have to give a notice a day ahead for any discussion under Rule 90, but that did not happen. If they had any issue with the bills that were to be introduced, they could vote against it or propose amendments like they did in case of Panchayat Raj Amendment Bill we brought for electoral reforms. COVID survivor never knew for what I was being treated, says Andhra's first plasma therapy patient. The first COVID 19 patient to undergo plasma therapy at Sri Venkateswara Institute of Medical Sciences (SVIMS) has recovered and was discharged late on Wednesday. The comorbid patient has shown remarkable improvement in her health condition. Samples taken on the 14th and 15th of her treatment have tested negative, said an official. The 45-year-old was brought to SVIMS from a Kadapa hospital on June 3 after her condition deteriorated. As per the guidelines prescribed by Indian Council of Medical Research, we gave her the first dose of 250 ml in the next morning. She was not able to talk, let alone sit, when she was brought here. However, even before we gave her the second dose, she was stable enough to sit and talk without showing any breathlessness, the official added. Another big COVID 19 spike in Andhra Pradesh with 465 new cases, 4 more deaths. Andhra Pradesh witnessed yet another huge spike in the number of COVID 19 cases on Friday, with 465 more testing positive for the virus, taking the total tally in the state to 7,961. With 4 more casualties, 2 from Krishna district and 1 from Prakasam and Srikakulam districts, the toll increased to 96. As many as 133 patients were discharged from COVID 19 hospitals in the state after their recovery in the last 24 hours at 9 am on Friday. Among them, 51 are from other states. The total number of recoveries in the state as of now stands at 3,905. Andhra Pradesh continues to be top among the states with regard to testing of samples per million people. The state is testing 11,798 samples per million on average, while national average stands at 4,633. Tamil Nadu with 10,395 tests per million and Rajasthan with 8,489 tests per million occupy second and third places respectively. BPR Vittal, an officer and a gentleman, respected for his knowledge, wisdom, and humor. The year was 1984, and Chief Minister N.T. Ramarao (NTR) and BPR Vittal, Deputy Chairman, Planning Board, were engaged in a deep conversation. Vittal suggested additional taxes to fund NTR's rather large annual plan, which a latter dismissed, saying his government wasn't a kirana shop counting pennies and that people can't be burdened with fee and taxes. NTR wanted more ideas, but nothing that Vittal recommended enthused the minister. Vittal Karu, you're a brilliant man, said Rao. You're an eminent intellectual, you're a wise man, you're an internationally recognized expert. That is why I'm asking you for ideas, but you're not giving me any new ideas. Sir, Vittal said, I'm sorry, I have no more ideas, but let me suggest somebody who does. He and he alone is capable of showing you the path towards painless resource mobilization. Tell me who is that? NTR questioned. To which Vittal replied, please look behind you. Behind the minister was a framed picture of Lord Venkateswara, which that the meeting ended. Recalling this in his autobiography, Y.V. Reddy, former governor, RBI notes how Baru Panduranga Vittal was highly respected for his knowledge, wisdom, and humor. Reddy has known Vittal since 1961 and fondly addresses him as his pedaguru. With pass percentage of 75, girls outscore boys. The total pass percentage of the second year intermediate examination, wherein girls outperformed boys, was 68.86. The pass percentage of girls was 75.15, while that of boys was 62.10, nearly 13% lesser than the former. A total of 4,11,631 students appeared for the examination, of whom 2,83,462 passed. Among the students who passed, 1,67,942 secured grade A, followed by 80,096 with grade B, 27,423 with grade C, and 8,001 students with grade D. Of the 4,80,555 students who appeared for the first year examination, 2,88,383 students passed with a percentage of 61.07. Among them, 1,64,245 students secured grade A, while 78,610 secured grade B. As many as 31,962 students secured grade C and 13,566 with grade D. First year girl students have also outscored boys with a pass percentage of 67.47. Only 52.30% of boys cleared the exam. Releasing the results, Education Minister P. Sabita Indra Reddy said, I'm glad to see the second year students pass percentage. This year's result is best since the formation of the state. My dad was a daring and dashing officer, Major Colonel B. Santosh Babu's daughter. I'm proud of my dad. He was a daring and dashing officer, said Colonel B. Santosh Babu's 9-year-old daughter, Abhigna, after the funeral was over at Kesaram village on Thursday. The little girl, who is a class 4 student in Delhi, recalled her memories of her father. For me, Daddy is my hero. When I heard about his death, I was shocked. I am, however, proud that he died protecting our nation. Whenever my father came home, he used to spend a lot of time with me. He used to play carom, chess, and other games. He used to encourage me to play sports, Abhigna said. Her father used to be in touch with her through WhatsApp and video calls every alternate day. Every time he called, my father would tell me to be strong and not fear anything. I have always wanted to become a scientist. Hope I would a space scientist one day, Abhigna said. Andhra Pradesh Telangana buses to be back soon. 256 services in phase 1. Bus services between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are likely to resume soon. Though a decision is expected near Wednesday, services are likely to resume in 4 phases, and in the first phase, the APSRTC plans to operate 256 services to Telangana. Senior APSRTC and TSRTC officials had their maiden meeting since the lockdown norms were eased to permit interstate transport at the RTC house in Vijayawada on Thursday. They discussed the operational challenges and decided to resume services in 4 phases. Briefing the media later, APS RTC Executive Director Operations K.S. Brahmananda Reddy said the corporation started operating 168 services to Karnataka a couple of days ago. We sent proposals to Telangana for us to operate 256 services from 13 districts in the first phase. Of them, 20 will be operated from Kurnool and Guntur, 12 from Anantapur, 10 each from Kadapa, Chittur and Nellore, 5 from Prakasam and 66 from Vijayawada and other places. SCCL unions announced 3-day strike from July 2. Shortly after Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the auction of 41 coal blocks from commercial mining via video conferencing on Thursday, as many as 6 employees' unions of Singareni Collieries Company Limited (SCCL) decided to go on a 3-day strike from July 2 to 4. The employee union submitted the strike notice to SCCL chairman and managing director on Thursday under Section 22(1) of ID Act 1947. Leaders from SCW, AITUC, SEMLU, INTUC, SCENW, HMS, SC Union, CITU, SCMKS, BMS, and GLBKS Union, IFTU, signed the strike notice. Minutes after the PM initiated the auction process for Coal India Limited's CIL blocks, they met under the leadership of RSS affiliate Singareni Coal Mines Karmika Sangh, SCMKS, BMS President Kangarla Malaya. The unions demanded that the government immediately withdraw its decision to permit commercial mining in the CIL and SCCL. They have asked the managements to stop weakening the coal industry by permitting discriminative outsourcing in the CIL and SCCL. They sought the withdrawal of proposals for e-auction of 50 coal blocks, B2 Dealing, Central Mine Planning and Design Institute Limited (CMPTIL) from the CIL, and the proposed amendments to labour laws. Telangana government announces ex gratia of Rs 2 lakh, Rs 5 lakh from Jagan. The state government has announced that it will provide an ex gratia of Rs 2 lakh each to the families of those who died in the road accident near Vedadri village of Jagayapet Mandal in Krishna district on Wednesday. Transport Minister Puvada Ajay Kumar made this announcement while addressing the media here on Thursday. As many as 12 persons, including 2 children, hailing from Khammam district, were killed in the accident. Speaking to the media, the Transport Minister said that he spoke with Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao and the CM has asked him to ensure quality treatment for all injured persons who are currently undergoing treatment at the district headquarters hospital. Meanwhile, Khammam MP Ponguleti Srinivasa Reddy expressed deepest condolences to the family members of the deceased persons at Tongal Gopavaram village and handed over Rs 20,000 each to them. Madira Congress MLA Bharti Vikramarka also consoled them. Andhra Pradesh government tabled bills sent to panel via backdoor. TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu, accusing the YSR Congress government of not having any respect towards the constitution, TDP supremo and leader of opposition N. Chandrababu Naidu said that it ignored its responsibility of getting the appropriation bill passed in the Legislative Council. Notwithstanding the fact that the decentralization bill and CRDA repeal bill were referred to the select committee, the government brought the bills back to the council through the back door, he said, and sought to know whether it was attempting to blackmail the opposition TDP. Naidu recalled that the Advocate General informed the High Court and the decentralization and CRDA repeal bills were referred to the select committee formed by the council. But now the 2 bills were put forth before the House again in violation of the constitutional norms. This was another maniacal act on part of the Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy to reintroduce the 2 bills in breach of the affidavit filed by the Advocate General before the High Court. Nobody blocked the passage of appropriation bill, and this would be known if the videos and pictures of the council proceedings were made public, he said. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Pie and Times.